So dear students, let us see one last question from this simplest pattern before we move on to the next set of questions. So this is the question before us. So we have to find the value, or rather modify the value of this expression so that it matches one of the given options. So let us do that. So this expression we have sec x and tan x. So we'll try to write it in form of sin x and cos x. So this expression can be rewritten as under root of sec x can be written as 1 upon cos x minus sin x upon cos x whole divided by sec x again can be written as 1 upon cos x plus sin x divided by cos x. So if you see properly, this cos x will get cancelled out, and what we would be left with it is 1 minus sin x divided by 1 plus sin x. Now what to do? To get rid of this square root, we have to transform this in such a way that both of these become square of something. So we rationalize this. So to rationalize, we multiply both numerator and denominator by 1 plus sin x. So this takes the form of a minus b into a plus b, which is what? A square minus b square. So this can be written as 1 minus sin square x, and the denominator now becomes 1 plus sin x whole square. So now 1 minus sin square x can be written as cos square x. So this is now transformed to under root of cos square x by 1 plus sin x whole square. So if you take the square root, this would now come out to be cos x, because this is under root of cos square x. So similarly, if you take the root of 1 plus sin x whole square, you will be left with 1 plus sin x. But the problem is it does not matches any of the options. But if you can see, all the options have 1 as the numerator. So that there lies the big hint. So to make the numerator 1, we have to simply divide both numerator and denominator by cos x. So this would be 1 by 1 divided by cos x plus sin x divided by cos x. So this comes out to be 1 upon 1 by cos x equal to what? Sec x plus tan x. So this is the correct answer. So now let's move to the second pattern of questions. So this second pattern of questions is based on the knowledge of trigonometric table. So these are certain standard angles. What you see before you, 0 degree, 30 degree, 45 degree, 60 degree and 90 degree. Ideally, a student is advised to learn the the standard values. These values have been pre-calculated by mathematicians, so you have to simply mug up, you have to simply remember this table, and I hope that you have done so, because in your school and colleges days your teachers must have told you that unless you remember the values of these standard angles, sine, cos, tan of these standard angles, you would find it very difficult. So before moving any further, you must have complete grasp on this table. You have to remember each and every value given in this table. For example, if tomorrow somebody asks you what is the value of tan 60 degree, so without referring to this table, you have to understand, you have to recall that tan 60 degrees is equal to root 3. So that is the purpose of this table. So you can take a pause, you can take an hour out, before moving further, you can take a pause, you have to mug this table before moving any further. So I hope that you already have a grasp on this table, or in case you don't, you will take time out, you will take an hour out, so to remember the values given in this table before we can proceed. So let's now proceed straight away to the questions that would be asked based on the values given in this table. Let's do that. So let's take this. So what is the value of theta which satisfies the given equation? So equation given to us is what? Cos theta plus tan theta is equal to 1. So let us put these values one by one. Let us see that which of these values will satisfy. Will 0 be the answer? Let us see. So what is cos 0 degree plus tan 0 degree? So if you remember the trigonometric table, cos 0 degree is equal to what? 1. Tan 0 degree is equal to 0. So 1 plus 0 is equal to 1. So indeed 0 fits the description of this, or 0 is one of the roots of the given equation. So 0 is the option. Similarly, if you will try out substituting the value of the other options, it won't fit. So let's see. So if you substitute the value, or if you assume theta to be equal to 30 degree, and if you try to substitute, let us see will it not add up to 1. So cos 30 degree, because out of the 4 options only one can be correct at a time. So if you have already found out the correct answer, so you need not proceed any further. But just to convince you, I am substituting the value of one of the other non-correct answers. So cos 30 degree plus tan 30 degrees. Okay, so cos 30 degrees is what? Root 3 by 2. Tan 30 degrees is equal to 1 by root 3. So this is definitely not equal to 1. So you can see you have already found out the correct answer, which is what? 0 degree is the correct answer. So now let's move further. Let's take another example. So now, if sin theta plus cos theta is equal to 1 plus root 3 upon 2, so based on this information, we have to find the value of tan theta plus cot theta. Some students confuse this. They make it complicated, whereas these kind of questions are actually a giveaway, a gift. So if you are simply observant enough, so you have to simply bifurcate this term. It is given to us that sin theta plus cos theta is equal to 1 plus root 3 by 2. You simply bifurcate, break this term into two different terms. So this comes out to be half plus root 3 by 2. And this is what? This is nothing but sin 30 degrees plus cos 30 degree. So this immediately tells us that theta is equal to 30 degrees. So once you have found out what the value of theta is, based on that we have to find out the value of tan theta plus cot theta. So now we know that the theta that we are talking about is actually 30 degree. So tan 30 degrees plus cot 30 degrees. So it's just a matter of substituting the values now. So tan 30 degrees is what? 1 by root 3. Cot 30 degrees is equal to root 3. So if you will solve this properly, so this will come out to be, so if you take this, would become 3 by root 3, root 3 by root 3, 3, because if you multiply both numerator and denominator by root 3, so this becomes 3 and numerator becomes root 3 plus root 3. So now if you take root 3 as common, so this would come out to be 1 by 3 plus 1. So this is what? 4 by 3 into root 3. So ultimately this comes out to be 4 upon root 3. So 4 upon root 3 is the correct answer. Let's take another. So if tan x is equal to 1, and it is also given that the value of x, or x is such an angle which is between 0 to 90 degree, then what is the value of 2 sin x cos x? So this is a giveaway, it's a gift. Questions such as these are gift. So if you master the trigonometric table and the set of formulas that rule or that govern this entire topic, none of the options will go wrong. None of the questions you will get wrong answer to. So tan x is equal to 1. So 1 is tan of which angle? So we know that very well that 1 is equal to tan 45 degrees. So it is being told to us that x is equal to 45 degrees. And once you have found that out, that x is equal to 45 degrees, how easy this becomes. So now you have to find out the value of 2 sin x cos x. So this is nothing but 2 into sin 45 degrees into cos 45 degrees. So these are standard angles, the values for which should be known to you people. So 2 into sin 45 degrees is what? 1 by root 2. Similarly, cos 45 degrees is also equal to 1 by root 2. So this becomes what? 2 into 1 by 2. So ultimately these 2 and these 2 cancels each other out, and the answer is 1. So this is the correct answer. So let's move to the next one. So this is a very good question again. So 3 tan theta is equal to cot theta. And based on that, you have to simply find out the value of theta. So what is the relation between tan theta and cot theta? So how are these two values related? You know very well that tan theta into cot theta is equal to 1. They are reciprocals of each other. Okay. So now I can simply write that 3 tan theta is equal to, now I can write that cot theta is equal to 1 upon tan theta. So what does this mean? This actually means that tan square theta is equal to 1 by 3, which also means that tan theta, if you take the square root of both the sides, is equal to 1 by root 3. So which angle is such that its tan is equal to 1 by root 3? So you very well know that this is nothing but tan 30 degrees. So theta is equal to 30 degrees. If you express 30 degrees in terms of radians, so what will it come out to be? So as you know that 2 pi is equal to 180 degrees, pi is equal to 90 degrees. So theta, which is equal to 30 degree, will be equal to what? What will be equal to 30 degrees? Pi upon 3. So 2 pi is equal to 360 degrees. So pi by 2 is equal to 90 degrees. So this will be equal to pi by 6. Okay, now this is a clear-cut case of substitution. You have to simply substitute the values of these terms, you know, by referring to the trigonometric table. But obviously in exam you cannot refer to the trigonometric table. That is why it is advisable that a student before appearing for exam must have a complete grasp on the trigonometric table. So let us see. So we have to simply substitute the values. Sine 45 degrees. So sine 45 degrees is what? 1 by root 2 minus sine 30 degrees. So sine 30 degrees is equal to half. Cos 45 degree. Cos 45 degrees was equal to 1 by root 2 plus cos 60 degree. Cos 60 degrees is also equal to half. So if you simplify this further, so if you take 2 as the numerator, so denominator, so this would come out to be root 2 minus 1 divided by, if you again take this as, so root 2 plus 1, so these two will ultimately cancel out. So a comes out to be root 2 minus 1 divided by root 2 plus 1. Now let us see what is b equal to. So b is equal to sec 45 degree. So sec 45 degree is equal to what? So is equal to root 2 minus tan 45 degrees. So tan 45 degrees is equal to what? 1. Cosec 45 degrees. So cosec 45 degrees is equal to root 2 plus cot 45 degree. Cot 45 degrees is equal to what? 1. So you can see that a and b both have the same values. They are numerically equal. So out of the given options, this has to be correct, that a is equal to b. So a is equal to b is the correct answer. So let's move to the next one. Okay, so this is very good question. So sine a plus b is equal to root 3 by 2 and cos b is given as root 3 by 2, where ab, both a and b are acute angles. So what do you mean by acute angles? So acute angles are angles such that they lie between 0 degree and 90 degree. So they lie between, they are not even equal to, so they are between 0 and 90 degree. So how to go about this? So this is a very good question. I would insist that you pause this video and this solve, because this is one of the best questions that we have on on our board, this paper, this lecture. So I hope that you must have honestly paused this video and tried. In case you are not able to solve it, so let's solve this together. So this is actually a trick question. So sine a plus b is equal to root 3 by 2. So root 3 by 2 is equal to sine of 60 degrees. So they are basically telling you that a plus b is equal to 60 degrees. Now next piece of information that is given to us is what? Cos b is equal to root 3 by 2. So root 3 by 2 is actually the cos of 30 degrees. So the next information that is conveyed to us is that b is equal to 30 degrees. So we now know two things, that a plus b is equal to 60 degrees, and we also know that b is equal to 30 degrees. So based on this information, we can immediately find out that a is also equal to 30 degrees. So now what are we being asked to find out? We are being asked to find out the value of this expression, tan of 2a minus b. So first let us see what is 2a minus b. So 2a minus b, both a and b came out to be what? 30 degrees. So this is equal to what? 60 degrees 2a, because 2 into 30 is 60. So 60 degrees minus 30 degrees. So this is ultimately 30 degrees. So what we have been asked to find out is tan of 2a minus b. So now 2a minus b came out to be what? 30 degree. So we are being actually asked to find out the value of tan 30 degree. So if you remember the trigonometric table very well, so you can immediately answer that tan 30 degree is actually equal to 1 upon root 3. So this is the correct answer. So let's move further. Okay. So this is again a case of substitution. So two statements are given before us, and we have to decide the veracity of the statement. So we have to simply decide that whether these statements are true or not. So the first statement is cos theta by 1 minus sin theta plus cos theta by 1 plus sin theta is equal to 4. If this is true, then theta must be equal to 60 degrees. So they are making a claim. You have to verify that claim. That's it. You don't have to solve this. You have to simply identify that whether the given statement is true or not. So this becomes quite easy, because if you simply substitute theta by 60 degree, then you can easily verify whether or not the given information is correct. So let's do that. So instead of theta, we simply assume theta to be equal to 60 degrees. So first statement tells us cos 60 degrees. So cos 60 degree by 1 minus sin 60 degrees plus cos 60 degree by 1 plus sin 60 degrees. Is this actually equal to 4 or not? We have to see. So let's see. Let's substitute. So cos 60 degrees equal to half divided by 1 minus sin 60 degrees equal to how much? So sin 60 degrees equal to root 3 by 2 plus again cos 60 degrees equal to half divided by 1 plus root 3 by 2. So this 2 and this 2 gets cancelled. So this is actually equal to 1 by 1 minus. So 2 minus root 3 plus 1 by 2 plus root 3. So if you solve this, so this denominator takes the form of a square minus b square. So 4 minus 3. So 2 plus root 3 plus 2 minus root 3. So this root 3 gets cancelled. So this is actually equal to 4 upon 1. So 4, yes. So first statement is correct. So first statement is correct for sure. We have just substituted theta equal to 60, and we just saw that yes, whatever they are claiming is indeed true. So now let's verify the claim made in the second statement. So let's do that. So let me erase this first so that I get ample space to solve. So first statement is correct. We have successfully verified the veracity of first statements. So now let's see. So you can also try to solve it by the time I'm done. So its second statement as well, you have to simply put theta is equal to 60 degree, and let's try to solve it. Let's try to understand. So second statement asks us to calculate the value of this expression assuming theta to be equal to 60. So let's do that. So 3 tan 60 degrees plus cot 60 degrees, is that actually equal to 5 cosec 60 degree or not? So this is what we have to verify. We have to simply verify. There is nothing to solve in it. So let's see. So 3 into tan 60 degrees. So 60 degrees is equal to what? Root 3 plus cot 60 degrees. So cot 60 degrees is what? 1 by root 3. So is this actually equal to 5 into cosec 60 degrees? So cosec 60 degree is equal to how much? So this is equal to 2 by root 3. So we have to simply see whether or not both these are same. So let us see. So if you take root 3 as common, so this comes out to be 3 plus 1 by 3. So this becomes what? Root 3 into 10 by 3. So this becomes 10 upon root 3. And if you solve this also, this is actually nothing but 10 upon root 3. So yet again you see that actually right hand side is equal to left hand side. That means second statement is also correct. So you see that first statement as well as the second statement, both the statement comes out to be true. So this is the correct answer. So let's move further. So sec x cosec x is equal to 2. Then what is the value of this expression? So for some this question will appear to be very complicated for but those who are into practice, those who have mugged up the trigonometric table very well, see how easy this becomes for you. Just see the power of remembering the trigonometric table. Sec x cosec x is given to us as 2. So if you can simply understand, root 2 into root 2 is equal to 2. So root 2 is what? This is sec 45 degrees into cosec 45 degrees is equal to 2. So they were simply trying to convey a message to you that x is nothing but equal to 45 degrees. So once you have figured this out, things will become very, very easy for you. Now see how. You have been asked to find the value of this expression, 10 to the power nx. N is equal to what we don't know, but we are also not told whether n is a whole number, n is a negative number, n is a fraction or what. We are simply told that 10x to the power n plus cot x to the power n. But now that you know that x is equal to 45 degrees, things will become very easy for you, because this is nothing but 10 45 degrees to the power n plus cot 45 degrees to the power n, which comes out to be 1 to the power n plus 1 to the power n, which will always be equal to 2. It will not depend on the value of n if you see properly. So if you remember trigonometric table, see how easily you can figure out that which is the correct option. So in our case, in this case, 2 is the correct option. Okay, so by now we have seen two different patterns of questions. So you have must realized by now that all these patterns that we are talking about are based on remembering, understanding specific set of principles and equations. That is the basic foundation of this chapter. Okay, so now we move to the next pattern of questions. So students, next set of questions are based on identities. So what is meant by identities? So identities basically means certain equations which are always true. So immaterial of the value of the variable. So there are certain equations. So whatever you substitute the value of the variable, that equation or that identity will be always true. For example, there are three basic Pythagoras identities based on trigonometric angles. So sine square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1 is one of the identities. So what is meant by this? It means that whatever be the value of theta, be it 30 degree, 45 degree, or let's say 47 degree, so whatever be the value of theta, if you add sine square theta plus cos square theta, the answer will always be equal to 1. So this is identity. So similarly, there are two important other identities. So 1 plus tan square theta is equal to sec square theta, and 1 plus cot square theta is equal to cosec square theta. So the next pattern of questions that you would see are actually based on the application of these three identities. So very simple. These three basic identities one needs to remember. So I hope that you will pause the slides. So you pause this video and have a thorough look at these three identities, because these are the backbone of this chapter. So if you don't remember these identities, or you say that no, it's not important to remember all the formulas, it's not humanly possible, then actually you are committing a mistake. Because if you remember this once, you're foremost you're not going to forget this, and the other is that it makes the questions crumble, it makes the questions very, very easy. So let's see the application of these identities. So let's see the different pattern of questions based on them. So here is the first question before us. Okay, so now let us see cos theta. So let's break down this expression in terms of cos and sine. Let's see how it comes out to be. Cos theta divided by 1 plus sine theta. So no need to break this term any further. Plus 1 by cot theta. So yes, we are going to break this cot theta, or we are going to simplify this cot theta, or rather express this cot theta in terms of cos and sine. So how can I write cot theta? So cot theta is equal to cos theta by sine theta. So this sine theta will go up and become the numerator. So the expression now takes this form: cos theta by 1 plus sine theta. This whole term is added to sine theta upon cos theta. So let's add these two terms. So you can take the LCM in the denominator. So LCM comes out to be 1 into sine theta into cos theta. So whereas the numerator becomes cos square theta plus 1 plus sine theta multiplied by, so we have to multiply these two terms. So 1 plus sine theta whole into sine theta. So let's simplify this further. So this becomes cos square theta plus sine theta plus sine square theta whole divided by 1 plus sine theta into cos theta. So now this cos square theta plus sine square theta when added will become equal to 1. So this can be written as 1 plus sine theta whole divided by 1 plus sine theta into cos theta. So this 1 plus sine theta and this 1 plus sine theta will cancel each other out. So this is nothing but 1 upon cos theta. So 1 upon cos theta is what? Sec theta. So sec theta is the answer. So here it involved application of an identity. Which identity? Cos square theta plus sine square theta is equal to 1. So now let's move further. So this is a very good question. So what is the value of 1 minus 2 sine square theta cos square theta divided by sine to the power 4 theta plus cos to the power 4 theta plus 4 equal to? See, there are two approaches. So one good old approach is that you take any value of theta and substitute it, any value for which you remember what is sine theta equal to, what is cos theta equal to. You simply take that value, substitute here, and see what the answer comes out to be, because all the answers are given concretely and they are distinct. So what I mean by this, I simply take any value of theta. So I take theta is equal to 45 degree and I simply substitute and I see what happens. This is one approach. We will see other approach as well. So now 1 minus 2 sine theta. Sine theta, that means sine 45 degree is what? 1 by root 2. So 2 into 1 by root 2 whole square into 1 by root 2 whole square divided by 1 by root 2 to the power 4 plus 1 by root 2 to the power 4 plus 4. So let us see what this becomes. So this becomes 1 minus 2 into root 2 whole square becomes what? Half. This also becomes half divided by 1 by 4 plus 1 by 4, and then this 4 is there all separate. So this is nothing but half by half plus 4, that is 1 plus 4 equal to 5. So you can see that I took one particular value of theta and the answer came out to be 5, which is one of the given options. So out of the 4 options, only one can be correct. So by taking one particular value of theta, I have managed to find the answer, which is equal to 5. But let us also see the good old traditional method, how to solve this traditionally. So let us see that. So now let's apply the traditional method. So if you look at the expression, there is a big hint there. So if you look at the first term in the given expression, which is what? 1 minus 2 sine square theta cos square theta whole divided by sine to the power 4 theta plus cos to the power 4 theta plus 4. So we keep this 4 aside for a while now, and let us see what is to be done with the first term. So there is a big hint. You can see this is of the form 2ab. Okay, but what to do about this one? If so, there is a big hint that numerator is telling us that do something to come up with a form a minus b whole square, because here it is very evident that it is taking this shape of minus 2ab. So to make it a perfect square of the form a minus b whole square, something has to be done with this 1. What that something is? So this 1 can be written as sine square theta plus cos square theta whole square. Why? Because this is a, this is b. Okay, so then you can see there was a big hint that a and b are actually sine square theta and cos square theta. So one has to be broken in such a way that it involved the use of sine square theta and cos square theta. So this can be written as sine square theta plus cos square theta whole square. Why? Because sine square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1 and 1 square is also equal to 1. So now I am rewriting this so that it comes in the desired format. Okay, this when divided by sine to the power 4 theta plus cos to the power 4 theta becomes what is the question. So we keep this 4 aside for some time now. So this will be equal to sine to the power 4 theta plus cos to the power 4 theta plus 2 sine square theta cos square theta, and now this minus 2, because this is the expansion of sine square theta plus cos square theta whole square. So we have just expanded that, and now we are simply putting this term here, minus 2 sine square theta cos square theta whole divided by sine to the power 4 theta plus cos to the power 4 theta. So you can see that these two terms cancel each other out, and you are simply left with sine to the power 4 theta plus divided by sine to the power 4 theta plus cos to the power 4 theta. So this expression becomes 1, and then this 4 1 when you add here gives you again the same answer equal to 5. But you see, this is a lengthy approach. It took time. Whereas if you use substitution, so it comes out to be rather easy. Okay, so I would always suggest that go for substitution if all the 4 given options are distinct and clear cut. So here all the 4 options were distinct. What is meant by distinct? Because options were not in the form of cos theta or let's say sec theta plus tan theta, which you again need to determine. They were distinct. They were actual values, numerical values. Okay, now let's move to the next one. What is the value of this expression sin x under root of 1 by 1 plus cos x plus 1 by 1 minus cos x? So let's solve this. So this expression can be written as sin x whole under root So 1 by, so if you add these terms, so 1 plus cos x, so here 1 plus cos x into 1 minus cos x. So I am adding both the terms given under the bracket. So 1 minus cos x plus 1 plus cos x. So now it is taking shape. So this cos x will get cancelled. So this becomes sin x into whole under 2 by, this is a plus b into a minus b form. So 1 minus cos square x. So this can be further written as sin x whole into root under 2 by, now 1 minus cos square x is equal to what? Sin square x. So now this can be written as sin x. So if you take both these terms out of the square bracket, so this would become root 2 and this would become sin x. Now this sin x and this sin x cancel each other out and you are simply left with root 2. So root 2 is the correct answer for this one. So let's move to the next one. Now what is the value of this expression? Pretty simple, let's see. So this is very evidently telling us, if you see this expression, so this is telling us that this is in the form of a square minus b square. So something to do with a square minus b square, and a big hint again lies in the denominator. This is also a square minus b square format. So let's rearrange this. So this can be written as cos square a whole square minus sin square a whole square, and this whole is divided by cos square a minus sin square a. So now the numerator has taken the appropriate form or the desired form of a square minus b square. So let's further break this down. So this will be a plus b into a minus b, where a is cos square a and b is sin square a, and then this whole is divided by this denominator which is already given. It need not be simplified any further. So you can see that these two terms actually cancel each other out and you are simply left with cos square a plus sin square a, which is what? This is the identity, the value of which is equal to what? 1. So answer will always be equal to 1. It will not depend on the actual value of a. Okay, so these are some application of identities. So let's take a couple of more examples. Now this is a very good question. 7 sin square x plus 3 cos square x is equal to 4. Then what is the value of 10x? Let us see. So there is a big hint, because sin square x and cos square x are brought together. Okay, so you have to take advantage of the identity. It would have been so good had it been 7 sin square x plus 7 cos square x, but that is not the case. But still you can, make use of identity. How? Let's see. 7 sin square x plus 3 cos square x is given to us as 4. So what you can do is that to use the identity, either it would have been 7 cos square x or 3 sin square x. That would have been better. So let's make use of one of them. So out of 7 sin square x, you combine 3 with 3 cos square x so that you can use identity. So what do I mean by this? This can be rewritten as 4 sin square x plus 3 sin square x plus 3 cos square x. So this is given to us as 4. So now this is in a perfect condition so that the identity can be applied. How? If you take 3 common, it will become sin square x plus cos square x. So this is 4 sin square x plus 3 is given to us as equal to 4. So from here you can understand that sine square x is equal to 4 minus 3, 1 by 4, 1 by 4. So from here you can also infer that sine x is equal to, you take the square root, half. So for which value of x is sine x equal to half? For which value? For value 30 degree. We all know that sine 30 degrees is equal to half. So indirectly we have been told that x is equal to 30 degrees. And once you have found that out, it becomes very easy for us to calculate what is the value of 10x, because we have by now understood that x is equal to 30 degrees. So we can simply substitute 10 30 degrees is equal to 1 upon root 3. So this is the answer. So let's move. Okay, so this is a standard use of identities. So you know, let's consider first statement, whether or not first statement is correct. So we know that 1 plus, there are three identities, sec square x plus sine square a plus cos square a is equal to 1. The other identity that we just learned was 1 plus cot square x is equal to cosec square x, and 1 plus tan square x is equal to sec square x. So in this question we have to basically make use of these both identities. So now sec square x minus 1, sec square x minus 1 can be written as tan square x. So I am going for the first statement. I am verifying whether or not the first statement is correct. So first statement is sec square theta minus 1 into 1 minus cosec square theta. We have to see whether or not this statement is correct, whether or not this is equal to 1. So now sec square x minus 1 is equal to what? Tan square x. So this can be written as tan square x. Now 1 minus cosec square x can be written as minus cot square x. So though these two are reciprocal, but this minus won't go, so this comes out to be minus 1. So the first statement is not correct. First statement is given as 1, though it has to be, it should have been minus 1. So first statement is not correct. Now let us verify second statement is correct or not. So let's do that. Okay, now let's verify whether second statement is true or not. So there are two ways. Either you take any standard value of theta for which you know the value of sine theta, cos theta or cosec theta, and you can immediately verify. Or let's take traditional approach. Let's do that. So sine theta, I'm just checking whether second statement is correct or not. So sine theta divided by 1 plus cos theta, because this is power minus 1, so it means you have to take the reciprocal of it, plus 1 plus cos theta into sine theta. We have to verify whether this is actually equal to 2 cosec theta or not. So let's simplify this. So I am taking the LCM of the denominators. So sine theta. So if you multiply these terms, so this becomes sine square theta plus 1 plus cos theta whole square. Why? Because 1 plus cos theta when multiplied by 1 plus cos theta would give us 1 plus cos theta whole square. So if you expand, so this actually comes out to be sine square theta plus, now we expand this term 1 plus cos theta whole square. So this is actually 1 plus 2 cos theta plus cos square theta whole divided by 1 plus cos theta into sine theta. So now let us see. So sine square theta and cos square theta can be added to give the value 1. So this is, I add this. So 1 plus 2 cos theta whole divided by 1 plus cos theta into sine theta. So if you write, this is actually 2 plus 2 cos theta. So if you take 2 common, so this comes out to be 2 into 1 plus cos theta whole divided by 1 plus cos theta into sine theta. So this 1 plus cos theta, 1 plus cos theta is cancelled. So the answer comes out to be 2 by sine theta. So if you take the sine theta upwards, so it becomes cosec. So this is indeed true. So the first statement was false, but the second statement is true. So only 2 is the correct answer. Second statement, only the second statement appears to be correct. Okay. So it's the same question, I guess. Yeah. Now we take the last example. So this is a very good example. So cos x plus cos square x is given to us as equal to 1, and based on this piece of information we have to find the value of sine square x plus sine to the power 4x. So let us see. So cos x plus cos square x is equal to 1. So from here you can say that 1 minus cos square x is equal to cos x, and this is nothing but sine square x. So I can simply say that sine square x is actually equal to cos x. Okay. So now we have to find the value of this expression. We are asked to find the value of this expression. So the expression is sine square x plus sine to the power 4x. So sine to the power 4x can be written as sine square x whole square. So this is actually equal to sine square x plus, now sine square x, as you can see that sine square x is also equal to cos square x. So instead of this sine square x, you can actually write cos x whole square. So this comes out to be sine square x plus cos square x, which is actually equal to 1. So the answer is 1. Or you can see, you could have taken a easy way if you could have figured out which value of x fits the bill, but that's not that obvious here. So anyways, so now we'll move to the next pattern of questions.